Shana Tova, everybody. The first time that I came to this building last winter, I was struck by the incredible and magnificent windows in the building. You know the windows. They're tall and wide with thin, sharp panes, and they just let the light pour in to the building and cast a panoramic and clear view of the landscape. And these windows that surround the sanctuary, it feels like the light of the first morning of creation, which we are celebrating today. It feels like that light is just pouring in and shining on us. God's own light, enveloping us with warmth and love. It feels holy. You might not know this, but according to Jewish law, a sanctuary is required to be built with windows. And the reason for that is so that you can look out onto creation and up into the heavens and be stirred by the majesty of it all and really feel God's presence. And that's what it's all about. That's why we're here. Whether we know how to express it or not, deep down in our souls, the reason that we're here is because we want to feel connected to something bigger than ourselves, to somehow touch the transcendent, to uncover a little bit of the mystery. We are here to be part of something holy. In a day and age when we are running constantly from one thing to the next, when our time and our resources are limited and the demands on them are immense, that's why we choose to be part of this temple. Because we want to be part of something holy. We need to be part of something holy. And that majestic light that is shining in here through the windows, that's the same light that lives inside every single human being. It's the light of God. The light of God's goodness and God's love lives inside each and every single one of us. And it's that light which makes this place holy. It's the people who make this place holy. People who are warm and friendly and smile and welcome us when we walk in the door. People who share our values and our concerns and our struggles. People who will embrace us when we're scared and troubled by all that's happening in the world. Things like Charlottesville and anti-Semitism and white supremacy and the hurricanes and the earthquakes and the feeling of powerlessness. It's the people who make this place holy. And that's why we're here. That's why we've been coming here for thousands of years. Because we humans have an innate spiritual need for connection. Connection to holiness. Connection to each other. Connection to community. And Temple Israel is a holy community. A holy community is one where people feel known, not just recognized, but really known and accepted and loved by people who genuinely care. A holy community is one where people feel inspired to change their lives, and inspired to change the world. And a holy community is one where people feel valued for who they are and what they have to give. We all need to feel these things. These are human spiritual needs. And when they're met, we feel alive. We feel a sense of purpose. We feel connected to God, and we live in ways that are godly. That's why we're here. And lest we doubt it, see the light pouring in through these magnificent windows. Look around at all the faces, young and old, radiating with the light of God. Hear the whisper in the gentle morning silence. Be holy. See, our purpose, mine and yours together, is to be a holy community for ourselves, for each other, and for our children. The spiritual need to be known is profound. We walk through so much of our lives unknown to the people around us. Think about it. Think about your days. At the coffee shop, at the dry cleaners, at the store, even at work, or at the kids' school, or on the soccer field, certainly on social media. We might know about each other to one degree or another, but we don't know each other's lives in a meaningful way. But we humans have a deep and profound spiritual need to be known. That's why we can be surrounded by people from morning till night and have 1,000 friends on Facebook and still feel profoundly and painfully lonely. You remember the theme song from Cheers? My wife said that I was dating myself by using an old-timey cultural reference, but that's okay, because I think it makes the point nicely. The theme song from Cheers said, "Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name." And that's it. That's what it's about. It's about feeling known. Feeling that people understand who you are and what's important to you. It's about feeling that people know the challenges that you face in your life and at home, that you're struggling with depression, or that your spouse is sick, or that you're pained because your child is estranged, or you're still grieving your mother's death after all these years. And the key is, they don't judge you for it. It's about feeling like you don't have to wear a mask when you walk in the door, or be embarrassed, or get it together, because the people in this community know you, and they love you, and they accept you for who you are and where you are in your life, no matter what. These kinds of connections are powerful. They've certainly been powerful for me in my life. Now, I admit, until I worked as a rabbi in my first congregation, I never realized a community like this was something that I longed for. Honestly, I just didn't think about it all that much. But then I experienced it. I made these deep connections with people, connections rooted in shared values and shared love for Judaism and tradition and learning and genuine affection for each other. And they became part of my family, my extended family. They nurtured me and loved me and welcomed my children into the world and celebrated simchas with us and comforted us in times of sorrow. They became part of me. My community became part of me. And that's what holy community can be for you too, if you're willing to invest yourself in it. To make connections like this, we have to be willing to be vulnerable and trusting and open a window into our lives so that others can see in. And in turn, we have to make an effort to know them too. It's about being friendly and interested in our fellow congregants, asking about each other's families and each other's lives, and really caring about the answer. Going beyond asking, what do you do? Or what can you do for me? And asking with genuine interest, who are you? What makes you cry? What brings you joy? What brings you here? And when we're sitting out in the community court waiting to pick up our kids from religious school or waiting for services to start, we have to remember we're not just a collection of isolated atoms who happen to be sharing the same space. We are an intertwined human family who have all come here to be part of something holy. Holy community. That's why we're here. So Cheers, the fictional bar, or maybe not, a real bar in Boston that was on TV. Cheers was the place where everybody knows your name. And that's what Temple should be too. It should be that and much more. Because a holy community is one where people not only feel known, but also one where they feel inspired. Inspired to learn and grow intellectually and spiritually. Inspired to look inward and to change their lives for the better. Inspired to be a role model for the children, for the next generation, and to keep this tradition alive for them. Inspired to go out and change the world. So instead of sitting on the bar stool and chatting about idle topics and sucking down empty calories, this holy community talks about things that matter. Things like Torah, values, morality, God, the soul, justice, peace, service. At first, they may feel like just words to us. But then we learn something in Torah study so profound that it changes the way we think. And we're awed by the brilliance of Jewish wisdom, and we want more of it. Or we experience a life cycle ceremony so powerful that the feeling of God's presence is tangible, and life just makes sense, even if only for the moment. So we decide we need to seek out more spiritual connection like this in our life. Or we see our child's eyes light up as they blow the shofar at Rosh Hashanah. And we feel a joy in Judaism we never felt before. Or at a Habitat for Humanity build, or at a picnic across the street, we meet a family from the other side of town, or from the other side of the world. And although we've heard it 1,000 times before, the commandment to be kind to the stranger because you were strangers in the land of Egypt reverberates in our bones for the very first time. And suddenly we feel inspired. And those words, which before felt like just words, suddenly come to life. And they become part of us. And they change us forever. That's why we're here. To teach, to inspire, to bring the words and the values to life. To search together and struggle together and help each other live with humility and with awe and with faith, because we know that there is far more to life than what we can see with our eyes. That's why we're here. And we all have a role to play in creating and nurturing this holy community. The clergy can't do it alone. The professional team can't do it alone. Rosie and the board and the lay leadership can't do it alone. It takes everyone. Us and you. Every single one of you to make it happen. So I invite you this year to take ownership of this. Let's make it happen together and build this holy community together. Because a holy community is one where every member adds value and every member feels valued. Valued for who you are as a human being. Valued for your experiences and your ideas. Valued for your whole self and everything that your presence brings to this community. I want you to give of your skills and your creativity and your time and your energy and your technical know-how, because I am absolutely certain that this community will be enriched by your participation. And I want you to give not only because of the value that you will add to your community. I want you to give because of the value that you will add to your own life. Working to help the community is, in and of itself, a portal to Jewish meaning and purpose. To help build a holy community where others feel known and loved and inspired and valued. To help build a caring community where people feel accepted and safe and nurtured. To pray and seek and cry and rejoice alongside people you love, people who know you and love you. That's what it is to be part of something holy. So this year, when one of the clergy or a volunteer at Temple asks you for your help, say yes. Because this community needs and values what you have to give. This year, try something at Temple that you haven't done before. Maybe it's a class or a service project. Maybe it's prayer or a community outing. Try it. And be prepared to be inspired by it and to be changed by it. This year, when you find yourself standing next to someone you don't know, reach out. Be friendly. Be kind and interested. And get to know them. And next time someone reaches out to you, dare to be vulnerable. Open a window into your life. Open a window into your light. And let them know you. Because that's why we're here. That's why we've been coming here all these years. And lest we doubt it, see the light pouring in through these beautiful windows. Look around at all the faces, young and old, each unique, each searching, each yearning for connection, each radiating with the light of God. Hear the whisper in the gentle morning silence. Be holy.